Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we have the final Project Pan update of 2022. This is the last update that I'm going to film for this year. The next Project Pan video that you guys see from me will be my finale. I'm not sure if that will come out like the last week of December or the first week of January. I'm not really sure because I am going to take the last week of December off. So, you know, just depends. But either way, this is the last update and it's an exciting one. We've got some empties. We've got a few new products entering the project. Let's dive in. Okay, so let's start with the products that I'm still working on. Some of these I think I will finish up by the end of the year, and at least, well, a couple of them I think I'm not going to get to finish, but let's dive into it. So let's start with the Keratherapy Deep Conditioning Hair Mask. I've been working on this one for a while now. As you can see, making very good progress on this one. So we started all the way up here. It was basically a full bottle. And at this point, I think I'm about here. I can't see through the bottle, but that seems to be about where I am. I think it's very realistic to think that I'll finish this up by the end of the year. I do a hair mask once a week. So I try to do my hair mask on the weekend. I do my purple shampoo. I do my little hair mask. I do a little, extra skincare on the weekends, try to give myself a little bit of self-care. So realistically, I've probably got 3 or 4 uses left in this, and there's about a little over a month left to the end of the year. The day that I'm filming this is the 29th of November. 29th of November? I think so. But this probably won't be up until the 1st of December or around that time. So just know that I'm still in November when I'm filming this. So definitely going to be finishing that one up by the end of the year. I've made really good progress on hair treatments this year. In the finale, I'll go over all of the products that I finished up within the project. One that I don't think I'm going to get finished by the end of the year is this concealer. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and I have the shade Almond. When I put this into the project, I mentioned then that I didn't think I'd probably finish this, but I wanted to make good progress on this because it is the oldest concealer in my collection, but it's also my favorite concealer in my collection. So I am, working my way down. It's definitely getting more empty as I go, but as you can see, this is a bit of a darker color for me, and I am sort of into my pale time. We've entered the pale time of the year, and I kind of get to a stage with that where I'm not self-tanning anymore. I'm just letting myself be pale because it's just too stark of a contrast. I know it's still fall in a lot of places of the world, but in Canada, it's winter. Winter has arrived. It is cold. And so this is a little bit on the dark side for me, especially to use on my under eyes. So at this point, I am mixing it with another concealer. So I definitely am not going to finish this by the end of the year, but I'm happy with the progress that I made because if when I go to use this next summer, it's expired, I won't be so sad that I let it just sit for so long, So we'll see. Hopefully I'll get one more summer out of it and I can finish it up next summer, but I've definitely made, like you can see, decent progress on it. Another one that I don't think I'm going to finish by the end of the year is the Mary Lou-manizer. This is a deluxe size sample I've been working on, I think, for the whole year. I've almost got full side pan over here, but it's a highlight. I know it's a little one, but it's hard to use up because I'm not using a ton of highlight in any one application. So I did use this on my cheekbones today. I've been using this almost exclusively as my inner corner highlight. I think it works well for that. So using it as much as I can, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll roll this into next year's project. We'll see. We'll see what kind of progress I make on it over the next month, but definitely big pan there. When I started the project at the beginning of the year, this had no pan in it whatsoever. It didn't even really have a dip. So we have made significant progress on that one as well. A couple of products that I think I will also finish up by the end of the year is the Trestique Concealer. So this is their Conceal, Cover, and Correct Crayon. I have the shade Porcelain. This is all that's left. This is it. There's just a little baby nubby left. I have been kind of keeping track on my little piece of paper here. So you can see we're way down. We started up with basically a full tube of this. So I wasn't able to use this really at all over the summer because this shade was a little bit light for me, but now this shade matches me really well. So I really like this one for spot concealing. I like this for like my pigmentation spot on my forehead. I have a couple of spots here on my cheeks, any like little bit of redness I might get on my chin or something like that. I really like this for that because it's really not cakey, and because it's that crayon style, you don't get too much concealer on as you would trying to spot conceal with a liquid concealer. So I have really enjoyed having this in the project, but it definitely will be gone by the end of the year. Another one that I've made really good progress on, or the last one that I've made really good progress on, the rest are going to be empties, is the lip oil from Cab Cosmetics. So this is the lemon lip oil, and as you can see, I started basically with a full tube of this and we're all the way down here. I have this on my lips today with a lip liner. I wear this almost every single day. And by almost every single day, I wear this every day because it's in my purse. I keep this in my purse when I just need to throw something on my lips. This is the perfect thing. There's no color to it, but it feels really nice. It's got a nice gloss to it. It smells like lemon Jolly Ranchers. It's really great. So I've been enjoying having this just in my purse to use at my leisure, and I've made good progress on it. It will be like a crunch to get the rest of that gone by the end of the year, but I think I can do it. I've just been kind of wearing this with a lip liner most days at work, and that's helped me also to make a good dent in it. And I've got 4 empties here, you guys, 4 empties. So we've got the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Pressed Powder, completely gone. I'm so sad. I love this so much. I will definitely be repurchasing this in the future, but I do have other powders that I want to work through before I buy any new powders. So really enjoyed this. I had it in the shade Translucent. I used this exclusively underneath of my eyes. If I was traveling, I would take this with me as like my everything powder. I would use it on the face and under the eyes, but on a daily basis, I was using it underneath of my eyes. I find this sets the concealer down so nicely without darkening it and adding any texture. It's just a really nice, smooth powder. Really beautiful. So that one's done. I also finished up this little deluxe size sample of the Makeup Forever Step 1 Hydrating Primer. I don't think they make this anymore. I tried to link it in the last video and I could not find it anywhere. I think they've redone their primers and this is like not what this is anymore. So I did really like this though. This is like a nice hydrating primer, just like a very basic primer. I had been sort of using this on and off over the summer when I was traveling, and I thought this was a good time to try to use it up as part of the project because it helped me to focus on like this one primer, you know? So that one's all done. I also finished up the Isle of Paradise Body Hyglo Self Tan Serum. This one was perfect for that transition from summer to fall when I was still having enough of a base tan that I could do a little bit of self tanning and it wasn't such a stark contrast. This is a really nice like hint of color type of product to where it gives you like a gradual tan, but it's that nice serum consistency, so really easy to blend into the skin, really hydrating. You don't have to worry about streaks or anything like that with a product like this. I really liked it. I did find once I got down, like there's probably a bit left in the bottle, but because it's glass, it was really hard to get the last teeny tiny little bit out. I had to keep it on its side for a while. There's still a tiny bit in there, but not enough to cover any significant body part on my body anyway. So that one is all done. And the other one that I finished up is the Trestique foundation stick. So this was the foundation stick in Cape Cod Stone. And as you can see, it's completely gone. I didn't scrape out like this part of it. I didn't like it enough to feel like I needed to do that. The one thing that I do like about these Trestique products is that they are refillable, which I think is really cool. If you loved this and you wanted to continue to repurchase it and wanted to be a little bit more like planet friendly and less wasteful and probably save you some money, it's nice that you can do that. I don't like this foundation enough to repurchase this. I did get it in a boxy charm. It comes with this little sponge on this end, which I never used. I don't know what you would use this for. It's so weird and tiny. Anyways, this foundation is completely gone. Love that for me. It really didn't take very long. There wasn't very much when I added it to the project. So 4 empties this time around, and I gave it a lot of thought. Okay, We are like the 29th of November today. So we're into, basically this week is like November going into December. I've got a month left of the year. I gave this a lot of thought. I didn't want to pick products that I would then have to roll into the 2023 project. Not that I have to, like I'm the one making these rules, but I'm a completionist. So oftentimes that's what happens. So I was trying to think of like products that I could add into the project that I definitely could finish by the end of the year, or at least I think that I can. So I decided instead of adding 4 products to the project at this kind of late stage of the game, I'm gonna add 3, and I'm gonna add 3 that I think are achievable. I like to set myself up for success. I really learned the hard way the first year of project panning. So the first product that I'm adding in is this little lip balm. So this is the Lanolips 101 Ointment. This is the strawberry scented one. I love this. I don't think Sephora is carrying this anymore. It makes me really sad. This is like my go-to lip balm when my lips are in like desperate need. So this is the one that I used to keep on my nightstand. I have switched to putting this into my jacket pocket because, as I mentioned, winter has arrived in Canada and my lips are dry. They're real dry. It's windy and cold, and you know, you go out into the cold and you're licking your lips and your lips get all red and like fiery. So this is a really great product for that. It's really, really calming, really, really hydrating, and it gives a really thick layer to the skin of the lips. Like it really stays on there. So I really like it for that. So this is so close to being gone. Like we're right down to the, you know, tube of toothpaste situation. So I think I should be able to use this up, especially putting it into my jacket pocket. Anytime that I'm not using this, knocking things over there. Anytime that I'm not using this, I'm basically using this in terms of like a gloss or a lip balm or something like that. So I think I can finish that one up. If you know where I can buy these now in Canada, this Lanolips brand, or if you know of a brand that is similar, please let me know in the comments down below, because that's my last tube of that and I love it. Another one that I'm going to add into the project that I think will be easy is this deluxe size sample from Rare Beauty. This is their little liquid blushes. What are they called? It's just a deluxe size sample. I got it with like a point perk from Sephora. There's a surprising amount in here and I have been using it for a little while, but I think what I'm going to do is actually take like the stopper out and try to use this up over the next month. This is a product where you don't need a lot. So this looks tiny, but there's a significant amount of product in there. And then last but not least, I did decide to add another primer to the project. So I've really been trying to work through like foundations, primers, powders, concealers, you know, some of these base products. I don't need 15 primers in my collection. Like I could probably do with like 3, you know. I feel like a realistic collection for me would be to have like a lot of eyeshadow palettes, a fair number of like lipsticks, blushes, bronzers, and then like just a handful of the base products, because I like what I like and I don't need this many. So this is another one that's been in my collection for a long time. So this is the Touch in Sol Glassy Skin Balm. This is probably, I want to say about 2/3 of the way gone. I was going to mark the jar, but I'm not really sure where to mark it. It's a kind of a thick formula, so it doesn't really settle. I'm probably about to this line here, but it doesn't really settle into like a flat, you know, amount in the jar. But it's probably about 2/3 of the way gone. I've been using this every day as my primer. As I mentioned, the weather's gotten colder, so my skin has gotten drier, and I've really been liking this underneath of my foundation. And I've even been putting a little bit on my chest because I find like I'm getting some weird texture here on my chest, and I don't know if it's the change in season or my age, but either way, I'm not here for it. So I've been really liking this one. I think I can use it up. I think if I use this every day as like either a primer or as like a glowy skin balm on days when I'm not wearing makeup, I think it's realistic to assume that I could use this up in the next 4 weeks. So all in all, a very exciting update. A lot of these products were like almost done for quite a while. And a couple of them, like this one here, I had just added into the project and I finished it already. Same with the little Trestique foundation stick. So proud of myself. It's been a really weird year. I know I've mentioned that in like every video that I've filmed in the last few months, but the last few months have been really bizarre for me and our family, and so it served the project pan well because the project pan items end up being the things that I use when I don't want to think about what I'm putting on for makeup. So because I have this like everyday makeup drawer with like my shop my stash items and my project pan items, that just makes it so easy. I open that drawer, I grab this skin balm, I grab this concealer, I grab this blush, you know what I mean? It just makes it really easy to get ready in the morning. And then when I'm feeling more creative, that's when I reach into like other parts of my collection. So having the project pan items be sort of one in each category, especially with those base products, just makes it really easy to get ready. And so all of that has served the project really well this year. I feel like I probably haven't been as creative with my makeup this year as I have maybe previous years, but I think this is going to be my most successful project pan. We'll see. We'll see in the finale, but I hope you guys like this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you've been doing a project pan. If you have, how's it going? When do you post your finale? I'm always curious about how people structure their project pans. I really like to have till like December 31st to use my products in my project and then do the finale like the first week of January, so I can really have that last week to make as much progress as I can. Yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon in another video. Bye.